It's Louie, baby. Music Mondays, episode 6. We live. Who's ready for some bars off the HipHopHeads tape? Let's talk. Yeah. Yeah, I know Louie when I write rhymes. Real talk in the tongue, I don't bite mine. I don't do it for TikTok, I do it for hip-hop. So fuck your community guidelines, I don't need you. Y'all evil, y'all been bringing the worst out of the people. Looking for a jackass, even when I rap fast. Never gonna be cool, tell her do a Steve do. Tell them on the feed too, talking about how he blue. Tell them ain't everything I do is cause I need views. Tell them getting reviewed, tell them on the FYP. Recognize me cause I eat poo, never wanna meet Lou. I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't understand why you love that shit. And anybody coming at me telling me the summer soul, y'all already know, come suck my dick. Everybody wanna go viral, but nobody wanna put in the time though. And everybody wanna talk shit, how they lit and the TikTok hit, get them high, bro. But they don't really care about the art form. They ain't memorizing a guitar chord. They just want to put us in a box for everybody to watch and then tell us when to start turn. Tell us when to pop more. Better get the popcorn. Checking on the comments like I'm betting on the box score. I don't really want war. I already got one. Feel like I'm getting fucked. I don't really watch porn, but y'all ain't even see me on the FYP. Better off meeting me in NYC. No matter what I drop, it gets automatically blocked. The algorithm cock couldn't let mine be. Wake up in the morning phone time. It's a motherfucking trap. You always on it. Don't forget that shit, myself included. Don't get lost in that shit. It is simply that you're in control or it's in control. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. Yo. Verse 2, yo. I hate this shit and my patient thin. Everybody wanna rap thinking they can spit, but I talk about a white man looking for a fight and talking about a light by engagement. Ends I ain't making, friends I ain't making. M's fuck Kyle Rittenhouse and his racism. They don't want me to mainstream, they wanna replace me with artists that they think will make shit trend. Staring at the phone screen, but I know it won't ring. Well, I posted a show what I'm posting. 16K, follow this kid Bay. Only 68 damn views on the whole thing. Damn, I don't understand what I gotta do to get this money in my hand. Gotta get a bag, now I got a fam. I do everything I can for any one of them. I've been going ham, can't touch this, bringing ruckus like it's MC Hammer with the Wu-Tang Clan. Y'all are in my way, I don't battle rap, move for I kill a motherfucker with a battle axe. Y'all are in my habitat, I don't get out of that. I don't really give a fuck about a little rapper stat. All I see is bots, all I see is ops. I don't see a platform, I just see a box. They packing us in it, they trap it to limit. You're following the wormhole, I'm practically pigeon. I'm back on my shit and I'm rapping legit. And if you feeling froggy, then actually rip it. I don't need a post and I don't need a stat. Don't need a string, but I think for the plaque. Don't need a beat for the end for the track. And I know either way I'm deleting the sap, that's facts. Phone time. Scroll time. More fucking time. It's good and it's bad. Don't get addicted to that shit, it's sad. Check out my wife in the cameo right here. Stuck in the metaverse. Stuck in the metaverse, check her out. Got the kid in the background, check it out. Shit, she's coming, shit.
You're just not present. You're not present. You're on your phone all the time. You have a kid.
It's a fucking joke.
You have a life. Like, you have to be in this world.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, hello.
Wake up in the morning. Go to sleep at 9 in the morning. Yeah. Wake up in the morning. Go to sleep at 9 in the morning. My name is Louie C. Rhymes, the NFT rapper, aka NF Trapper. It's Louie, baby! And we are out here. We are back for another episode of Music Mondays, episode 6. I am feeling loose as fuck. I am feeling wonderful. It's great to be back with you. I got a lot of shit to talk tonight. I hope you're ready to talk it. What's up, fam? How we doing?
What up? Yo, I can't believe I've never asked you this before. On the part where your wife cuts in like that, like I almost feel like you were like sitting there like recording that with the phone, and like, did she know that was going down when you recorded her like that? Because like it sounded like a real like reaming, like Louie, you mother.
So believe it or not, there she is. She's making her cameo tonight, but she's all good. Believe it or not, she recorded that the first time. I recorded that exactly like you asked, or you said, and then when I went to go use it, I lost it. It was just like a corrupt file. I fucked up when sometimes when you transfer files, like I moved it between too many devices, and I didn't just do the Google Drive thing, and I just like lost it. So that's actually her acting it after a good take. So it was like I had the good take. I was like, damn it, and I thought the good take that we lost was like fucking the one, but after listening to that one, it's so good. And the baby is that though. The baby is me just, when he was crying, listening to it with the voice.
I could hear it. I've been on the other side of those reamings before, so it's married life, bro. Like it's just how it is.
It's the unfortunate reality of give and take. It just is what it is, bro.
I know Natalie's given out a few of those. I've heard them on Clubhouse. They're not that friendly though.
Yeah.
I'll live vicariously through you too.
While blowing fire out of her mouth in the clubhouse.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Everything is good. This week went by. I feel like we just had a show episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last week, and I'm like, what day is it? And so yeah, we out here though. We out here.
Yeah, dude, it's been an eventful week to say the least. I had multiple things planned, but unfortunately my son's tummy takes priority. We've had some little poops turn into big poops, if you know what I'm saying. These are the conversations that you have when you have a newborn infant. It's like you used to talk about where you're going on the weekend. You used to talk about like what you're gonna do, or what you got to do after work, or even errands to run. Now it's like, yo, did he poop? Was it good? Like he pooped once today, 2 times, sometimes 2. Shit is crazy. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. This is what my recaps consist of, folks. Get with me.
That's okay. On the idea of poop, we're going to get right into the first TLDR topic. And we're going to talk about arguably the worst raps you've ever heard in your whole life. Let's play it first, and then we'll talk about the story behind it. Louie, can you able to play that for us?
I can, and I can't even take you seriously trying to phrase what you're about to tell us, because obviously this really is. That's the only way to describe it, I would say, right? How else do you describe something like that? Hold on, let me get it. Here we go. So let me see.
And I apologize to everybody out there. I'm going to subject you to 30 seconds of the worst stuff.
I wonder if I make it full screen. Let's see. Here we go. Let's get it. This is, you want to should we tell them what it is, or we'll talk about it after?
Let's let it play.
All right, here we go.
Turkish Martha Stewart, keep gun up in her skirt. Been trapping with dessert, gone poppy from the dirt. Rebellious young Turk, con basics with a Burke. Showing off her inverse twerk. At dark she come alert. Like beer, icky ooch dirt. Beer, icky ooch dirt. Turkish Martha Stewart. Turkish Martha Stewart.
Bro.
Turkish Martha.
Bro, I am so sorry. I am so sorry to everybody out there. That's my only thing. Blame
Turkish
Jared.
Martha Stewart, bro.
Blame Jared for that. Oh God.
All right. So the story behind that, in case you hadn't heard, back some time ago, there was a big Bitfinex hack, and there was a lot of Bitcoin stolen. I want to say it was something like 120,000 Bitcoins, something like that. Adds up to some like ungodly amount, billions and billions of dollars. Turns out the person that we just heard rapping and her husband are the ones being blamed by the DOJ and being held for that for the time being. And turns out this person who goes by Razzlekahn, that's her rap name, that's what she does. She raps, bro. I don't know. Allegedly. The skill is apparent. What do y'all think about this? Let me know.
Natalie, you go first. You go first this week.
All I gotta say is Big L did not die for the shit. And neither did Biggie, and neither did Tupac. I am over here like, honestly, I'm like literally appalled. Somebody had sent me this video, and this is when the story first started to break, and I'm like, what the fuck did you send me out? And I thought they were sending it to me to like submit for some shit. I'm like, I don't know what you're submitting to, but I've never listened to this shit in my fucking life. Unfortunately, I have friends like Louie C and K Mayfield and Anna Diorio who can actually fucking rap. And so I don't know why you're sending this. And like, no, you need to know this story. I'm like, I was literally speechless. I was like, get me the fuck up out of here. And so anyways, I took my friend's advice. I started looking on Twitter and reading various threads. Again, this is still when the story started like picking up, and people were writing like some threads, like collecting all of her raps about she lost her AirPods or some shit. And it was just utterly ridiculous. I've heard a lot of horrible rapping in my lifetime, the 9 million years I've been on this earth, and that is hands down definitely the top 3. And mind you, I lived in New York City, went to open mics quite often, 3 or 4 times a night, and that was hands down one of the worst rapper. I don't want to call her a rapper. I feel like that's like so asinine. That is one of the worst raps I've ever heard in my fucking life. period. I seriously. But the story itself, maybe we can get into the nitty gritty of that because I just read some updates as well. But I'm curious as to what you all think because I'm literally appalled and my ears are fucking bleeding.
So I need more of that. So I'm going to give you my fast take because I need you back there. So I'm going to flip it on you and say that it's absolute trash. So it's not a complete flip, but I'm going to say that because this woman is such a trash person, like in all, like, I guess, well, I don't want to, from what I understand, if you're stealing billions of dollars in money, you're usually a trash person, like, you know, but it depends, I guess. We don't know what's going on. But like, if you're that trash of a person to steal that shit and like, it only makes sense that you have such trash raps to align with it. And like, as ridiculous as it sounds, like it's the worst music I've ever heard, but it's so bad that it almost represents that violent like take that she has on life where she's robbing billions of dollars in Bitcoin. Like where she's like fucking burping or whatever the fuck she was doing, like yelping at the end. I don't know what it was, but like, yeah, it was absolute trash, but I feel like it is the rap that a person who fucking robbed $3 billion in Bitcoin would make. I'll tell you that much.
So something I thought about, I want to see what you two think is, it's so bad. Was she doing it on purpose? Like, are we talking like Weird Al Yankovic type shit? Like, I think she was doing it on purpose. I hope so. I think she, you know, what do y'all think?
I believe so. I have to say, because she's in rhythm, well, not good rhythm, like complex rhythm, but she's landing the bar in a rough house here.
Even bar, quote unquote.
I'm feeling squeamish. I apologize to all my real rapper friends out there. And honestly, I know a lot of trash ass rappers like in IRL. And honestly, I feel like the best art comes out of the most trashiest spaces. But this particular person challenges my theory. So I have to say that honestly, I think when you have fuck you money, whether it's stolen or not, people try to live vicariously through their fuck you money and do things that they probably shouldn't engage in. Maybe you should go knit some dick thongs or something. It
was a clout chase, yo. That's how I feel about it. It was a clout chase.
I agree.
And that's why she's like, I'm gonna be a fucking Bitcoin robber and make fucking burp raps with, you know, what did she say at the end? She was saying like Istanbul or Turkey. Like that's not like what she was saying that, right?
Turkish Martha Stewart.
There you go.
But the shit is so bad, but it is funny. I'm sorry. You know, this is the unfortunate reality that we've been conditioned to live in, that these are the kinds of things in our society that unfortunately just get the talk time for whatever reasons, you know. But I will say I'm glad to have seen such a fucking, like, it's like you don't want to see it, but it's like what do they still like what does Pam say in The Office, like when somebody's gonna kill a spider but you can't look away, like it's the same kind of thing. Like it's just like, oh god, this is so bad, but I have to see how bad it can be.
Oh, and it gets much worse. So like I actually like, I could, like, to your point, like I couldn't look away. I was like, I got to see how bad this is. And like, she really goes in and like, I don't know. And I apologize to you, Natalie, because I didn't know that this was like, I could see the physical pain while you're sitting here trying to describe it. And like, I did not intend to like physically hurt you by subjecting you to that. Oh, you're on mute.
I am on mute as usual. I'm triggered and I would like to apply to LADZ City for pain and suffering. Please send my tokens to nataliecrew.eth. Yeah. I feel some kind of way that I had to subject myself any further to the Turkish Martha Stewart because
they can't even fight that either. They lost that case.
I think it's going to be an accruing interest type situation. It's just never going to go away. You can't live that one down ever again.
Pay for my Discord yoga because this is
you better boost my server 600 times, fam, after that shit. Oh man, dude.
But all right, so on from that, with the craziness of that whole story. Oh, one other point I did want to make on that. How in the shit does somebody get caught with $4 billion? Bro, you give me $4 million, you ain't seeing me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gone.
That's what I didn't understand, and I don't know about it. And Natalie, you were saying, like, if you know about it, talk about it. Like, I don't.
Yeah. So not even like 16 minutes before the show started, like we were kicking it or whatever. And I read a news update saying that her partner, I don't remember something Liechtenstein, but the Turkish Martha Stewart, actually was allowed to sit at home on bail with the damn ankle monitor on. She just can't do any cryptocurrency transactions or be playing Farmville on the computer, and she gets to sit at home. I have to give my customary, if it was a Black person, rant, because they would be under the jail before they were even arrested. And I just don't, like, honestly, if I stole $4 billion, theoretically speaking, because I know y'all like to talk shit on the internet,
if your ass stole $4 billion,
I would be somewhere doing something. I wouldn't know, like, at Brazil, do you have extradition treaties or not?
That's exactly like, bro, like, I'm going somewhere where they can't find me. Like, you get $4 billion?
But how, like, and look, do we know what, like, and I'm sorry, because I am interested in this, like, in terms of the tech side, like, how do you like, I mean, like, how did they do it? Like, is there a quick synopsis to what was going down here?
I forget all the details. They somehow hooked into Bitfinex's back end. Like, there was just some sort of
just scraping somehow.
Yeah, well, so you know how like all these flaws are exposed, and this was back in like, gosh, was it like 2016, 2017, Natalie? It was a while ago, right? So like stuff was like relatively new then, so like there were backdoors into this, and I don't know, man. Like I almost see that video, and like I understand it's a persona, but I almost just don't believe like that person did that. Like I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, can I insert a conspiracy theory?
Do it.
So for me, allegedly knowing the people that I know, it's not that challenging to trace people's wallets or whatnot. How do you steal $4 billion and go kind of unscathed until this period in time where crypto, NFTs, Web3 are starting to emerge? And now all of a sudden, like you have this person who seems like the most unlikely person to engage in these types of activities. And mind you, I grew up with a bunch of criminals of all types. My family is literally like criminalistic to the 9th degree. And so, and I know a criminal when I see one. I can smell you through the computer. And so for me, I'm looking at this person, I'm like, damn, I know a lot of nerdy ass people that may or may not actually engage in these activities. What if Big Brother was actually trying to play us to kind of finagle our Bitcoins and stuff? I'm just saying, just a conspiracy theory. I read the documents. I will post it in the YouTube chat. But it's just something's kind of murky up in here because they put together all the puzzle pieces too quickly. And I watch way too much CSI and true crimes to kind of be something's murky here. So I'm just gonna throw my tinfoil hat on and launch my conspiracy theories into the air, because so I typed them on Twitter, I'll get banned again. And so and so just putting that out there, curious as what y'all think on YouTube and Twitter and the Discords, wherever we're at. Let me know and I'll talk about it next week. So
YouTube has our YouTube show, we have there's looser limits. Don't worry about it. We can say what we want. Fuck Twitter, bro. Fuck Twitter.
All right, so we'll finally move on from Razzlekahn, and we'll get into something a little more serious. So we've talked about some of the, it is not serious, it's still light, it's Valentine's Day. We want to keep it, show some love where it's due type of thing. We've talked about some of the platforms before, whether that's catalog or sound or just any of the places, or what I wanted to talk about today is MintSongs. And I think you guys are familiar with MintSongs. For those that aren't, MintSongs it's a platform where anybody can go, they can upload their music on there, and they can obviously just build a fan base and get the Web3 exposure as a Web3 artist. What I really like about it, and I don't know if you two have interfaced much with it, it's extremely affordable, and you can really show a lot of love to some of the artists who are just trying to get their feet wet and try to, even if it's back catalog stuff. And it's an easy way to show support and show love to some people that make some really good music. Have you guys interacted much with it?
Natalie, I bet you. I'll go first if you want, but you tell me. Yeah, so I haven't interacted much with it. I'll be honest. I think it's cool. Like I went on it. I think it's cool that it has the like lazy mint feature where they won't make you pay. but I also like. So I'll get right to it. Like, so I like the way the NFTs are displayed, but I don't really understand what the difference between OpenSea and that is, right? Like, I don't know how much percentage they're taking, but OpenSea, maybe the difference is the one fee, right? Because OpenSea makes you pay one time if you mint. But after that, to me, the way that it's displayed is the same in terms of the NFT. And like, if that NFT shows up on OpenSea, I guess then that's fine too. But if it doesn't and it's only on that marketplace, then that's a little bit more problematic.
So it's on the Poly network too.
Oh, it is. So when I was on there, and the reason why I thought it was on ETH is because I don't know if they showed Poly the way that
it's WETH on Poly.
I see. Because you can have WETH on Poly or ETH on Poly. I learned.
Yeah, and I think this one is WETH on Poly.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. I looked at it. It looks like it's a place to empower artists. I don't know who the founders are though. I did think it was a more concentrated place full of like better looking audio NFTs than I would find if I like filtered by music NFTs on OpenSea usually. That's what I'll say. What do you got, hot take?
The hot take. For me, I saw some artists' music on there, and I'm going to preface by saying I'm not being prescriptive. Warning, PSA. You can do whatever you want. However, I've seen some artists on there selling their songs for like $20, $30. And I'm like, yo, there are collectors out here like me that will pay like hundreds of dollars for your song, whether it's a video or a song or a creative art piece or like whatever. And so like, I feel some kind of way about artists selling their music for like bottom dollar. Again, you can do whatever you want, but I've seen some, I'm like, yo, like y'all are hella talented. Just finding the right collectors.
So there's even more to that, Natalie. And so like I actually felt kind of guilty on there because there are some people on there selling them for like $2 or $3.
And that was good.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's people you would normally listen to. Like, dog, like Natalie said, like, bro, I'll give you $20 if you want me to just give you $20, but like $2, like that, but then like I feel kind of guilty. Like, why do you think that is? Like, that's what I couldn't figure out. Like, why is it being priced so cheaply?
Because they're so conditioned to Web 2, bro. Fucking $2 is a mass. Bro, $2 is like, whoa, I just made fucking $2 on Web 2. $2 in one shot is like, holy shit, I just made fucking $2. It's a major thing. So I think that has to do with it. When I first came on, I was lucky that I didn't start in like Gas bad times. Like Gas was actually pretty good when I started. But I still wanted to make mine relatively cheap. I think at the time, my first one was like $50. But again, even I made it $50 and like I was given t-shirts and stuff. I think artists don't really necessarily know. Like they don't necessarily know what value that their NFT can provide besides the digital content part of it. And I think that if they were more aware of the different types of utility, which I'll talk about in a little while, I guess, when we start talking about my, stuff. But like, I think that's a big missing part of it. Like they need to know, and they don't see it sometimes more than just as the digital asset.
Yeah, I also think like some of these platforms, not necessarily MintSongs, but just in general, are conditioning artists themselves to say, hey, like maybe the kind of thought is that like we can sell out your NFT, but like if you're selling your 33 kind of editions of your NFT for $20, like you haven't even necessarily, and I know how much it costs to like produce just like one song, even on the super low end, you haven't necessarily even covered like your own like labor costs and your cost of like producing that song. Like how much are you actually divvying up to other people that are contributing to that track? But the more important thing is like we have to know our value in the space, whether you're a community builder like me or you're artist like Louie C, or you're behind the scenes like the homies here, and like also some people in the chat. Like know your value in the space and know that there are collectors out there that will kind of really support you and help you kind of find resources to kind of enter this space and like educate you and onboard you instead of offloading you onto the side of the road and like putting you out here and like selling your songs for $2 or $3. You might as well sell your shit to like Apple or go on Spotify and spend all your time there. The space should be a space where we can maximize like our value and maximize like kind of the potential of our art and like our being. And I just see artists not valuing themselves in the space. And I'm like, I can buy your shit on like Apple Music, and I really don't want to do that because I actually want to have ownership or actually more importantly support you. And I'm like, yo, why y'all out here selling your shit for $3? Like, just saying. And so I'm curious as to, I love to have that conversation with MintSongs and like where that kind of line of thought is coming from, because people are like, oh, this guy's like the top 3 collector of this. If they're fucking $3, like I don't know how big of a statement that actually is to the community. Like, let's really interrogate this. But I do love the artists. Like Jazzy had her drop on MintSongs recently, and she's a super dope crypto violinist and lyricist, and just owning her kind of space in this Web3 thing, whatever we want to call it tomorrow. And I love Jazzy, and I love a lot of the other cats that are coming into space and participating in MintSongs. However, I don't want y'all out here selling your shit for $1.50. So just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. It makes full sense. I also, it's just, like think about Web 2. It's like the billionaires sell their music for $14, whatever. Like they make too much money to give as little as they do back. I'm talking about the billionaire artists or millionaire artists. But like here, like Razzlekahn, exactly. Like Razzlekahn. But she got a little bit extra skimmed off the top. But here in this space, it's and for me, it's because of the utility, but it doesn't have to be for everybody. Cause I talk to Kane about this all the time. Kane's like, people like you, they'll buy it. And like, I agree with that too. It doesn't always have to be utility. But in this space, like we have established that these things generally can be worth more than the traditional amounts that they're worth in the other space. And that shit is important to reckon with and not sell yourself short on, right? And like, I'll give you a full-blown example. I'll be completely transparent about a time where this happened to me. My final token, ILB number 6, I dropped it at 0.66 ETH. It didn't sell after 48 hours, and I was like, let me lower it to 0.44. I end up lowering it, and my boy, I'll leave names out of it, but somebody who knew they wanted it was like, yo, my fault. I hadn't realized that it dropped. Like, I'm back or whatever. Like, I'm part of a project that needs this music. Like, we getting this music. And I was like, oh, shit. And then he told me, he was like, bro, never do that. Because he was like, bro, our project is a DAO. We would have bought it anyway for the price that you had. So, like, just keeping it. Yeah, shout out Musashi. Bro, he's here. And he just called himself out. Shout out Musashi. That was Musashi. And yeah, he's just that was a real moment. So Kane always, says that don't ask people how much your shit is worth. It's how much it's worth to you. And for a while, I would kind of push back on him and be like, no, like I compare. It's like, no, he's right. I think he's right. He swung me on that one because it's about, the price that it's worth is not based on it's a mutual agreement, right? So like you can say it's worth less than this, but it's like as long as I hold my line, I'll find somebody who agrees on that, and I'm willing to wait. And as that time goes on, the value goes up for whatever reason because you're doing a bunch of other things too. So that's how I feel about it. Our vibe, I try, baby. Shout out Musashi.
All day, every day. I love you, Musashi. Shout out to everybody else in the chat, on YouTube, and these Twitter streets. So yeah.
No, I mean, I agree with you, Louie. And the reason I made the point to what Natalie was saying is, I bought stuff on catalog, I bought stuff on sound. And so like going from, I bought stuff from you, Louie, like different things like that. Like, we bought Kane stuff on OpenSea, like, pretty much anywhere, Rarible, like all this stuff, right? So when I found sound and I found like $3 songs, I was like, hold on, what am I like? So what's going on here? So, it's an interesting little paradox, but so moving on from that. So we're going to move into Louie Shield time.
Hey, there it is. sounds like something I'm interested in.
But before we get into like some of the utility, which I do like to hear about the utility, and I think it's important to bring people along to see like what you can do, or just, I very much like talking to both you, and I've told you about this, you and Black Dave, because both of you guys are very utility centric, and I think you guys have some really good ideas. And I think sometimes it goes over people's heads. So I want to get into that a little bit, but if you've got anything queued up that you either want to play or you want to rap to, let's start with that.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a great, my guy, man. Fucking shout out Jared too with the intros, man. That's great. So the perfect
bars.
transition. So we're gonna give you some bars right now. These are some alpha bars. I'm gonna spit this shit live for you guys. And this is a new song called Smoke that's gonna be coming out in the form of a music video. I'm gonna talk about all the utility and how people will get it and all that in a second. But yeah, this is a song called Smoke. And it's generally about, people who want the smoke, and you'll get the rest from that in a second. Hold on. I'm looking for my my window here, and I'm not seeing iTunes. Hold on. Sorry about that. Try it one more time.
While we're waiting, I do want to let everybody know on the LADZ side, OVOT, we do have POAPs. I am very much a rookie at these. Turns out I got to make these 24 hours in advance. So we'll try to put something out in the chat in advance tomorrow once I am notified that the POAP has been uploaded, but you will have some time to go and claim a POAP, our first POAP for Music Mondays.
Shout out Jared T. And with that said, this song is called Smoke by Louie C. Rhymes, the NFT rapper, aka NF Trapper. Yo, everybody wanna be a boss out here. Everybody wanna talk like they know shit. Everybody watching like a hawk out here till they popping and they acting like they don't know this. Love to my people been sharing my posts. One dude was like, how the fuck you this dope? How you not famous? Yo, that shit go crazy. Then started explaining his plan to promote. Like, bro, you a beast and a beat and a speed 5-4. Can you see my NFT and a piece I sold? I don't really give a fuck what he thought. Like, no, finna bring the heat to the sheep just like, whoa. Influencers in my DMs who claim that they help but they trying to collect. Remind me of friends who have never supported, who stalking my stories but never said shit. Code was so right, it's always a fight. Nice at rapping, but I'm broke with no likes. I'm always so hyped to overthrow mics and everybody talk, but there's almost no hike. I don't give a fuck, I'ma call it out. Ice cold, but I'm hot enough to thaw it out. This for everyone who ever believed. Back on wasn't much for us to talk about. Thankful for all of the people who invested in me, you really did go. And fuck you to all of the influencers in my DMs who trying to promote. Like, yo, bro, I can promo, you got a dope flow. I really like the project and I want to see it blow. So you should roll with me and for a couple of ETH. I sell it out in a week, but then a refund if I don't, though. What? The actual fuck? Bust on your offer like an actual nut? Killing everything if an action to hunt. And I don't really give a fuck what you actually want. Bet they would buy it if I owned an ape. Then they'd invite me to talk in their space, bragging about how their community's great when they profile picture is worth an estate. Only reason that they tweet about it is the bag pump. Lot of greedy motherfuckers out of getting amped up. Weren't you the one to worry about it when the brands come? Look into your wallet and you holding every damn one. I don't give a fuck, I'ma call it out. Ice cold, but I'm hot enough to thaw it out. This for everyone who ever believed. Back on wasn't much for us to talk about. Thankful for all of the people who invested in me, you ready to go. And fuck you to all of the influencers in my DMs who trying to promote Smoke. And there you have it, folks. A little bit of alpha bars. Ha! It's Louie, baby.
Louie, I love that one. I'll show you your screen if you can.
Oop, good call, good call.
First of all, the steel pan on that, I love that shit.
Bro, it's rare that I find beats like that, and luckily I have a producer who's been awesome, and it's all him, man. It's all him. It's Hexel. Shout out Hexel if you're watching this.
The steel pan was dope. You had some good lines in there. Some that made me laugh. Natalie, what you think?
Hated it. No, just kidding. No, I was just like, I'm totally a beat junkie, and so definitely got lost in the beat and was in my own little zone. Also typing on the YouTube chat. So
I felt like when I was talking about bet they would buy in if I owned an Abe, then they'd invite me to talk in their space. That was a little bit of you talking through me with me.
I felt that. I felt the shit out of that.
Well, the other line too, Louie, where you say, they're in your DM saying that, for a couple of ETH, I'll sell it out in a week. Like,
yeah, that is a real thing. I've had multiple. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, man, that's the struggle of being an artist, right? That's the wanting to manifest it into something that you desire, wanting something for yourself, right? Like, oh, I'll just pay an ETH and I'll make $1 million. Like, it's like, bro, these guys are such scam artists. They're scamming innocent artists who are trying their best, who are willing to put money forth to try to get their shit actually promoted legit. They're just scamming them. That's what they're trying to do. I think I know that, you know that, we all know that. If somebody, if it, this is how you know, right? If an influencer is coming to you or anybody online is coming to you and they're like, yo, I want to fucking promote your shit, and they're going to ask you for money in front, right? Unless they say to you, yo, I heard what you did. It's fire. This is what I like about it. I want to be a part of this. I don't need any money up front. This is the percentage I'm willing to take, and I could do this for you. That's the only way the conversation even gets started, if that's the way that you approach it. Otherwise, it's y'all motherfuckers are out here to try to scam.
Yeah.
But I think there's been like a number of cases, and I don't want to get too far in the rabbit hole. We had the whole NFT scandal, and some of us knew, like, these cats when they first, like I said a few weeks ago, like they came on a Clubhouse, started like steamrolling the community, and all of a sudden like manufactured like, and we're doing like wash trading, and we're involved in some really crazy ass shit. And this is on receipts. Y'all could Twitter that. And so, however, there are other entities like AAA, which was that had this Twitter streets on fire yesterday and the last few days. And people are starting to call them out. But I also see people like jockeying for folks because they want attention or benefit socially from these people. And so they're running a whole like crisis and image management shit. I saw like some crazy ass shit on Twitter the other day where they finagled this whole shit. And so I'm like, protect your neck. Like, you don't need to pay these people like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 E's to sit up there and pump and dump your project. Like, rely on the community that's here, build those relationships, start to navigate, figure out how you're gonna break kind of the boundaries of the space and push this shit forward. And people will see that shit. People that really give a fuck about this space and really care about the infrastructure and the ecosystem that we're building, they'll see that. The people that are gonna collect your shit, they'll see that, and they'll hold space for you. When you rely on the quick kind of schemes, you're gonna fall through the fucking cracks. Like, it's just the reality of it eventually, somewhere down the line. And I want y'all to protect your neck, because
Natalie,
yeah,
I love you.
Likewise. That's in rant.
Whenever you cheat anything, bro, you're right.
So just a TL, I'm a TLDR everything Natalie said. There's no fucking shortcuts. There's not shortcuts, man. Like, you know, everything is hard work. There's a grind, like, and it's out here. Like, there's the right community out here. There's the right people out here. There's the collectors out here. But it takes time. It takes work. It takes all of that. Which now, Louie, we can talk to about what we have worked on in the past, what you got going on in the future, and the utility with this. Because I think the general consensus, at least from what I've heard, is that you're a pretty okay rapper. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, look at this guy. He's got jokes.
You know, people like your music. And I think that, you know, in and of itself could be enough utility. But as far as I know, you always do try to go above and beyond. And we've had plenty of utility conversations and lots of different ideas. But let's get into it. Like, you know, where's your head at with that?
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, everything is about what I can give to people. It's always been that, even through the music, right? So, like, I'm trying to give you an experience through the music, but I'm also trying to think about, like, what you're going to actually be able to walk away with. And, like, with HipHopHeads, you know, the utility that you basically get right away is, like, the voting rights, the commercial rights usage, and there's one other one. I believe it's... the community parties and giveaways access and things like that, which I've done multiple, you know, for holders on Twitter and whatnot.
Well, we got a lot more coming that just happened this weekend too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. So I have that all established, and then like the goal now is, because like, I call it what it is. Like, HipHopHeads isn't sold out. It's not a cash grab, pump and dump PFP project. It was my idea of how to turn a PFP project into the first ever music album with audio traits and rarities and of those audios and all that. But now the goal for me is obviously, and it would have been regardless, right? You know, I'll be honoring the roadmap, all the utility, but like, it's to make sure every drop benefits the HipHopHeads holders. Every drop, no matter what. Because this is my community. This is my base community. Think of this as the people who hold my social token, right? HipHopHeads are 0.03. Right now, we know that's about $90. That's a pretty affordable price to get some of this utility that I'm going to talk about. So these new tokens are going to be called NF Trapper, right? I am Louie C. Rhymes, the NFT rapper, aka NF Trapper. It's Louie, baby. So I have like two kind of identities. I have Louie Baby / Louie C. Rhymes, and then I kind of have like this like NFT rapper, NF Trapper identity, who's kind of like, and I never seen the movies, so I just know that one's evil and one's good. Like the black Spider-Man, the black suit Spider-Man, and the fucking red and blue suit Spider-Man. Like one's bad, one's good, right?
Bro, you have been hanging out with Black Dave.
Yeah, maybe. Just
Next week he'll be talking about anime and all this other shit.
And who drew what and what comic. But yeah, so like that's who NF Trapper kind of is, right? So that's what you just heard. You heard a song called Smoke, me giving the smoke to all these influencers, whatever, all these people who are trying to just pumping up my shit. And that's kind of what this collection is going to be about. It's going to be songs that kind of like air out my demons a little bit more than the other songs have. And yeah, so let's get right to it, right? So this is pretty cool. Like I'm really excited about it because I'm not like I'm trying shit that I know has never been done, not because it's never been done, but because number one, I know it's valuable, and number two, like I feel like it's really cool as an artist. I would want it, right? So there's going to be two different contracts for these new drops. There's going to be NF Trapper on Poly, basically, and there's going to be NF Trapper on ETH, right? And
and just so people are clear, these are like custom contracts. Like you're having them made specifically for you, correct?
Good question, and you know me, bro. Like, butt in when you need to. Yes, I'm making them for me. They are custom, so they'll be custom mint pages as well on the HipHopHeads website.
Well, real quick too, man, because like I don't think people like necessarily grasp, like, to me that like that's a big deal. Like a custom contract's not a small thing. So like,
yeah, it's not.
No shade at anybody that's using like other platforms and this and that, but like they have like, you know, these contracts that they make for you. So for you to go out, you have to find a dev and you have somebody that helps you do this type of thing. Like that's not a small lift. Like it's a pretty cool feature. Like, and I think it's a little bit undervalued because people don't grasp everything that's going on there. But sorry, continue.
I'm so glad you said it because it's so, after looking at it, right? Like I see drops on Sound, I see drops on Catalog, I see drops on Foundation, and like they're getting, you know, they're getting press and they're getting push from those platforms as they drop it because that helps the platform too, right? So when that's even another challenge, like you go completely like full custom contract on them, then like you are your own supplier of any FOMO, cloud, marketing, you get it. Like you have
all the distribution, yeah.
All of the distribution. So like that was something that like I didn't see, you know, as much as I see it now. But yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big lift. You have to have a dev that you trust, that you know, that you've worked with, which luckily I have. And yeah, so let's get into it. So I have these two custom contracts. One's on Poly, one's on ETH. And basically what's going to happen is that if you're a HipHopHeads holder, right? We're going to talk about the Poly ones first. If you're a HipHopHeads holder, no matter what, you're going to be able to claim a version of the song, which will be a album art style music video, NFT, on Poly of the song. It'll be a digital collectible. There won't be any utility to it, but you'll be able to claim it for free with whatever the gas fees for Matic are. And guess what? If you're a hip hop head and you're in my Discord and you don't have Matic, don't worry about having to go swap things for Matic. I'm going to get that all covered. We're going to have a little bit of Matic in the Hip Hop Heads wallet to shill out to anybody who's in Discord, who's savvy enough and with it enough. If you need Matic, I'll get you the gas fee. Gas fees on Matic are like 0.2 cents. It's nothing. So I don't want you to have to swap money and pay gas fees on ETH to do that. But anyway, so there's the contract on Poly will allow you to claim a NF Trapper token, and it'll be an 1155, and the amount of editions that'll be claimable will be determined by the amount of hip hop head holders 2 nights before the drop of the first NF Trapper token, right?
Snapshot.
And then when you go to the ETH contract, this is where it's like major and big, right? So the ETH contract, 2 weeks before the drop, right? 2 weeks before the drop in the public mint, ILB holders only. Shout out my ILB holders only. ILB holders will be the only ones who can mint 2 weeks in advance, right? From the public mint. 1 week from drop, then it opens up to hip hop head holders, right? And then, after that, we'll open it up for public mint. Now, let's talk about the actual utility that's going to come with these NF Trapper tokens, because it's all based on the amount of hip hop head tokens and ILB tokens that you own, right? Because my goal is to say who owns the most, they get the most, right? That's the goal. That's my shtick. So, and I'll be completely honest, I have it all written down the way I need to, but I don't have it written down the way I want to display it for y'all. So when you could see it and when you could go to the website and consider looking at the NFTs or maybe minting them, you have a clear breakdown of what utility provides what. So I'm in the process of designing those charts now. But basically, here we go. These are the items of utility. We have 8 of them. If you buy the ETH NFT, which will be, and let me just go back, right? We said it's going to be on Poly, it'll be 1155 editions. It'll be editions of 1155s. On ETH, it's going to be 721s. And it's going to be a music video cut up into 4 or 5 pieces, depending on the amount of verses and choruses. You'll get, one of those, and it'll be probably random. I don't think I'm going to let you choose. But anyway, when you mint one on ETH, one of the 4 tokens from the drop, you're going to get these are the possibilities: a smart contract and a mint page, a smart contract or a mint page, meaning either one.
That's a really big deal. So back to the point that we made before about the smart contracts. Anybody else that's out here that is an artist, whether that's like a visual artist or an audio, a musician, like that can really, really, really add a lot of value to something you want to do. Even if you don't have the idea right away, even if you need some help along the way, that one can be super valuable. But sorry.
All good. I appreciate you plugging it, because that was the most valuable thing for me so far. So in my past experience doing what I did with these collections. So we got the smart contract and the mint page is the top tier. We got the smart contract and or the mint page right below that. We got a vinyl claim, which no matter what, when the collection is finally, when all the pieces in the collection are available for sale, because I'm not going to put them all available at once, it's going to be a chronological thing. When they're all available for sale, I'm going to release the vinyl, and anybody who holds one of these NF Trapper tokens will be able to claim the NF Trapper vinyl once all the songs officially come out, because I'm releasing them as singles. However, if you're a HipHopHeads holder, you can claim the vinyl for the HipHopHeads album. If you're an ILB holder, you can claim the vinyl for the ILB album, which is technically called Behind Bars from the Genesis collection, right? So you got those 3 pieces of utility. You got the classic commercial rights. You got an autographed print. You got a choice. So if you're a hip hop head holder, we have a community wallet, right? We have a community wallet for our holders. So if you're a hip hop head holder, you get to pick any NFT from my hip hop head wallet, hiphopheads.eth, except for a little alpha, our newly acquired CryptoVoxels parcel, and our hiphopheads.eth name. Those 2 things you can't take, but it's a community wallet, and anything else.
We bought a big old block over there too.
Yeah, that I can't wait to show that off in LADZ City sooner than later. So and for example, right, like you're gonna have to own more NFTs to get the smart contract and the mint page together. You're gonna have to own less to just get one or the other, right? And even less to get a vinyl claim. But like for things like this, so like think about like if you buy one of these NF Trapper tokens and you own a hip hop head or a ILB, that's an immediate vinyl claim for 2 vinyls. You're getting the NF Trapper one and you're getting the ILB one. And then there's other things, like I said before. And the last thing is that depending on the amount of NF Trapper tokens you buy, we're going to make a donation. You're going to get to pick a place that we get to make a donation in your name for 0.1 Ethereum to wherever you decide. So I'll go over it again. Smart contract with a mint page, one or the other. Vinyl claims of 3 different vinyls, commercial rights usage, autographed prints, donation of 0.1 to a place of your choice, community wallet, NFT pick of your choice. And I put this on there, but I don't like to sell directions to the bathroom, as my good friend Kane Mayfield says, but I can't commit to full consultation, but I will say I'll give you an hour consultation of like full blown my time to help you with your project. Obviously you can ask me questions here and there, but you know me, I'm running my own shit. So I got to fucking.
And hugs are free.
And hugs are free. Hugs are free. So I'm excited about it. We're getting to the end of the show. I'm chomping at the bit. I don't want to go over time. Talk to me.
Natalie, what do you think? You catch all that?
Most of it, I'm like, damn, that's utility.com. I told Louie C this a million times, but I think they're tons of artists coming into the space. They're dropping their music, but I think Louie C is one of those people who are amongst some of our other friends, some of them in the chat, that are really thinking about how do I like push this shit forward? Like, how do I really dream up kind of these different utilities and ways people can tap into the actual project? So it's not just you getting an NFT, you actually get to participate in this community for real, and like not botch types of community that some people are kind of throwing around so lackadaisically, but like real community and really kind of bringing folks into this space and giving them space to kind of dream along with you. And so I love that you're kind of pushing the space forward in a plethora of ways. And so that was my big word for today. So
let me actually, I want to say one other thing because I didn't say this before, right? Price discounts. I said the ILB holder. The ILB holders will be able to mint 2 weeks early. Well, not only with that, if you're an ILB holder, you get a price discount. If you're a HipHopHeads holder, you get a price discount. If you own both, you get a bigger price discount. Let's talk about the prices. Let's talk about the actual numbers real quick. It's 0.35 to mint a new NF Trapper token on ETH, okay? 0.35. But if you hold an ILB or a HipHopHead, it's 0.3. If you hold both, it's 0.25. Look what I am doing here for you folks, because the people who own the Genesis shit deserve the Genesis type treatment. So there's that whole piece of how it's going to go down. And I want to give you an example, right? Because I'm going to keep you 100. I paid an ETH and a half for my smart contract, and I think that was a really nice price. Honestly, that was cheap in my opinion. So in order to get a smart contract from me, you can hold 2 of these NF Trapper tokens and 1 ILB. If you bought an ILB on initial sales, the most expensive one was 0.1. Let's say you own that one, plus 2 of these is 0.8. You're talking a smart contract for 0.8 Ethereum, plus it's my NFT. And when I go fucking ham on these motherfuckers at NFT NYC on a bus next year, or wherever the fuck I'm going to be doing whatever I'm going to be doing, you better damn well believe that you're going to be coming with me if you own that shit. But yeah, I'm hella hyped about it. I mean, I know alone, just the smart contract piece, even owning it, right? You can own it, not be an artist. You can then give it to somebody else. Look, I mean, I'm really going to shy away from people who are trying to sell it to somebody else, but hey, it is what it is. It's secondary value. Like I can't knock it.
Ooh, you know what I just thought of? I'm teaming up with Razzlekahn.
Well, you get a contract. You get a contract.
Dude, you should.
One thing I wanted to say tonight, and Louie, we talked about that this week. We have a gift for you, Natalie.
Oh, that's right, dude. I'm fucking glad. So we do have a gift for you. I'm gonna send it literally like I'm gonna send it right after the show. But we have a hip hop head for you.
We're gonna make it official.
We are gonna make it official.
We'll put a ring on it.
I'm definitely wanting to get you one. I got one with some long black hair. I feel like it's perfect. So we're gonna get you all decked out. Appreciate you, fam. Much love.
Wow. I would. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Just say yes. All you gotta do is say yes, Natalie.
But hell yeah. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I'm rarely speechless and I am right now. So I'm just gonna leave it at that because I'm be hella awkward more than I already am. So thank you.
So we literally are at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna close it out with 2 minutes of bars. And then we good. It's been a hell of a show, fam. I felt loose as fuck tonight. Yeah, I felt good. So we're gonna share my screen real quick. I'm gonna close you out with 2 minutes of bars. This is on the ILB. It's Louie Baby Genesis collection. You've probably heard this if you've been to 1 or 2 of my shows before. But just know this is some of the tokens that you might already be owning in order to unlock those crazy utilities that I was talking about. And in terms of timeline, expect to drop in about 1 month from today. We're looking at around March 15th is go time. So check these bars out. These are my favorites to always do. Because everybody knows what's happening. Tell your favorite rapper about me. Because these shit, we don't fuck around. We don't fuck up neither. Yo. Picked me up at the top though, watching me from in the top row. Camacho, I got flow, they singing that shit like a rock show. Steady info with the pot smoke, pin with the pen the Picasso. I'm hot though, like hot coals, like oil on top of a hot stove. I got smoke, water than poker, honestly got it like Costco. That got flow, fuck lyrical lemon, I got my sauce and tomato. Well, God knows, it's his plan, I feel like to give him Toronto. Well, stop tail, they're banging my shit and they screaming my name when it drop though. You better believe I'm better on me, flowing so natural and regularly. The way that I flow so dope and it's louder than smoke. You rather go get on the street, I'm heavy and deep. Like a secret that's better to keep, a genuine treat. You wouldn't believe it like vegetable meat. cheap. This man that'll be like a chap shop. Killing the shit like a got shot. Yeah, stock drop. Then riding with you because they wanna see to my hot rod. So I lock, cause I got the key to the game like a lockbox. Don't pop locks on my block, but we get it popping like pop rocks. You heard? It's fucking Louie, baby. That's how we do it out here on Music Mondays. One more minute, then we're gonna be out. Check this out. It's called Behind Bars on all streaming platforms. It's Louie Baby Genesis Collection. It's called Make the Beat Bleed. Music Mondays, we out here. Yo. I can make the beat bleed, call it paramedics. Flow can make your knees weak, call it calisthenics. Y'all are making me sleep, call it anesthetics. Giving y'all a bee's knees, call it academics. Finna kill that shit like tobacco. Y'all sit tight and plateau, get back bro. I'm finna get picked like them afros and appos. Wish you was lit like my rap flow. We battle, I make your nose bleed like the back row. L to the O to the U-I-E. Filthy with the flow like a used IV. Working double time, putting 2 time sheets. Now they want my information like a new ID. I deliver blows, hit you in the nose, kicking flows like a soccer player dribbling through cones in the snow. No cleats, but he ain't feeling cold, cause he knows that he's close to delivering them goals. He's a pro, flow like a fire hydrant. Boy, I'm dope, y'all are high, not as high as I get. Not a rope, y'all can climb, y'all should try a kayak. Fuck a boat, I've been flying, y'all don't ride in my jet. Swine pilot, Louie baby! Music Mondays! My name is Louie C. Rhymes, the NFT rapper, aka NF Trapper. Music Mondays, episode 6. If you don't own a hip hop head, check out hiphopheads.io. In order to support, you don't have to buy one. You know my Twitter exists, fam. Jared T, Natalie Crew, love y'all. We signing off?
Love you guys. Hey, I just want to say that line, you wouldn't believe, like vegetable meat. That shit made me laugh.
That's it, bro. You got it. You caught it. Love y'all. Yo, oh, and real quick before we hop off, I'm heading right to Twitter Spaces right now with another rapper who we've onboarded into the Web3 community. He's dope as fuck. He's going to be spitting some bars. I'm going to be spitting some more bars. Anyone who's available, come to Twitter. Check out my Discord. You'll find all the links. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Peace. It's Louie, baby. It's Louie, baby. It's Louie, baby. And you are now rocking with them hip hop. It's that.